I just got cheated on, and I don't know how to move on with my life. Hello, everyone. This is my first Reddit post, and it's about something that never occurred to me. I'm a 21-year-old woman who will graduate from college in a few months. I've had a difficult existence, but things have seemed to be improving in recent months. They just recently broke up again, and my ex-boyfriend was the reason. Before I go to my cheating ex-boyfriend, there are a few things you should know. For the last 2 years, I considered myself a lesbian, since the only other person I've ever loved was my female best friend, and the notion of male genitalia made me sick. I've had a lot of trauma with males, as well as daddy problems, and it persuaded me that I couldn't be with a guy. Until Adam came along 20. Adam was my first buddy. We met in September of last year and didn't become truly good friends until October. We did everything together, from library research to park visits to swimming. He was kind to me. When we went outdoors and it was below freezing, he handed me his gloves. When I was sad and couldn't stop sobbing, he brought me to the park and showed me all his thinking places. He was incredibly kind and always eager to listen. When I was feeling like I had nothing positive about myself, he wrote me a message explaining everything about me that was likable. Adam had a female companion. He had a girlfriend whom he allegedly despised, and he was always criticizing her, labeling her as domineering and poisonous. I believed him because he was such a kind person, and he even showed me text conversations that added to the credibility of the deception. When he admitted he loved me, he claimed the following day he banned his ex, and we began dating a few days later. On our first day, we went roller skating, and that was insane. I didn't believe I could fall out of love with my first love or look at a guy without feeling terrified. But he was kind, and he made me feel comfortable being myself around him. I trusted him, thought he was beautiful, and thought he was a decent man. The first month went well, even perfect. Things went wrong in the second month. Our relationship had been going swiftly, and I was catching profound emotions much too soon, but I thought we'd be together forever. He felt that way about me, the last person I'd ever love, but I didn't know it didn't apply to him. There were so many warning signals that I overlooked, such as him still having a Snapchat streak with his ex and constantly communicating to her, and him being so fatphobic that I wanted to quit eating. They did eventually find me. I discovered he was gaslighting me, emotionally abusing me, and usually pressuring me after speaking with some common acquaintances. He even forbade us from touching at one point because I was making too many excuses regarding S, despite the fact that I never lied. I was going to break up with him as soon as I knew this, but the same day I made that decision, I discovered he had been on a break, if that's what it was, with his ex for the entire period of our relationship, and I was essentially his side piece. He didn't really love me, and everything good he did was an effort to keep me under his control. And everything he stated was a lie, and I'm still finding out fresh lies from him. We made plans for the future, and they were all nonsense. Edit. Since I didn't provide much background, I simply wanted to mention a couple things he's done. I ended up giving in on Jewel's stuff like head and hand asterisk BS because I was afraid he'd leave me if I wasn't physical. Second, when I challenged him about his relationship with his ex, he branded me a liar and claimed that he never stated he blocked her on Snapchat, when he did. Third, there was a time when I went to a restaurant with a friend and he got angry because I didn't invite him, due to him being fatphobic and me not wanting my friend to suffer from his prejudiced sense of humor. And he ended up going there too with a mutual friend, and he ended up ignoring me even when I said hi, texting memes to a guy who usually harassed me, and making incredibly cruel comments about my friend to our mutual friend. Fourth, he lied about girls not liking him in high school, the cause of his cancer, why his father smokes weed. Said it was for back pain, but it turns out it's for extreme, borderline abusive anger issues, and his ex being toxic. Turns out she's incredibly sweet, and he just wanted to play the victim. All of this I learned since one of our common acquaintances went to high school with him. I'd appreciate some advice. It's just been a week, yet I'm still furious and resentful. Every time I see him, I become so hot that I want to scream. How should I proceed? Now look at some replies. Calm, you get mad, really mad, cry, scream, in a pillow if necessary, break something, hit something, safely, listen to sad horrible music, watch terrible sad movies. Then tomorrow wake up, get ready, and start the rest of your wonderful life without that freaking loser. Focus on getting the FK out of college and having an amazing life. This is just a small blip in it that will teach you very valuable lessons in future relationships. So learn them, and next time remember this. You got this, and you will do great things. Just remember, life is very hard and really sucks. You want to be with someone that makes it suck less, brings the absolute best out of you, and makes you smile. If they make your life harder, bring out the worst in you, and make you cry, you are better off alone. Op says, thank you. I've been trying to focus on the future while giving myself time to mourn our love as well. It's hard juggling both, but it's important that I keep moving. It just sucks right now because he's like a parasite sucking all the good out of me, and I keep thinking about how much I want the memory of him wiped from my brain. I should view him as a lesson though. Yeah, it sucks this happened, but he isn't the end or the only person out there for me. I have to keep reminding myself of that until I know it's the truth. Next com. Honestly, you're too emotionally invested in this. You have to take a step back and put your emotions to the side and dissect all that he did to you. The more you can see the game he played and how you fell for it, the less you will find that you actually love him. He's a narcissist, and he saw you as a challenge. Also, he did see that you are a broken person. He knew that he could do this to you because these narcissists have a radar to find the broken people. You can make lists if it helps you to see that he was playing you. A good list the ways he made you love him and realize those were lies, then rip that list up. Then a bad list, all the ways he hurt you, lied to you, made you feel invalid, pressured you. All the ways he gaslighted you and all the cheating he did. Keep that list with you to see the real person. He may even try to be with you again. Please know he's just a sad POS that can't love anyone because he doesn't even love himself. Op says, you're so right. I'm driving myself crazy by obsessing and ruminating over this, and I really do need to stop investing so much energy into him when it's very likely he doesn't give a FK about me. The lists are a really good idea. I didn't even think about that. I plan on starting to journal, so I really might try the lists. My memory sucks, so it might just help me realize that even the good memories are tainted and he should be a piece of the past altogether. Next com, I just think you need time to thoroughly think, sit with yourself, and pull out all of those inner feelings you got tucked away. It's good you're in therapy, and that's where you start. Don't give yourself any timeline. Don't allow yourself to let this situation be the origin of more pain or confusion. You're still understanding your duality and path in life, so just put one foot in front of the other. Apply yourself in therapy and keep any preconceived notions about what it's supposed to do for you out of sight. Enjoy each day as another step in the right direction for your happiness and future. That guy was showing his true colors. Try to find hobbies you enjoy and you can meet new people that way. Bowling, pottery, which I'm interested in, sports, etc. I'd also steer away from romantic relationships right now and focus on family, friends, and your budding career. Your first tangible step is establishing yourself in therapy with someone you mesh well with and can help you unfold your questions and issues. Good luck. Op says, thank you so much for mentioning the preconceived notions. That's something I have a bad habit of doing, and I need to go into therapy tomorrow with an open mind and heart. If I go in there thinking I'll be magically healed or end up disappointed, nothing good will come out of it. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy, haha. Next com might seem as a weird pitch, but try to use empathy, even though it's probably hard. Try to understand why he did those things, not as an excuse for him, but for understanding the psychological function of the person. Try to envision all the reasons he acted poorly and what he lacked in situations that needed more maturity and compassion. The fastest way and the healthiest way to move on IMO is to grow a sort of pity for the person because he wasn't able to be a better person because of his unresolved issues. Realize that you are not the reason for his actions. We all have our demons we fight, and no one showed us how to manage self. Keep your head up, don't question your self-worth, and strive to be a better person each month. I wish you peace. Op says, I really like this idea a lot. I've been villainizing him, and all my friends have warned me against that because the minute you make someone a villain, you lose a part of yourself and stall your healing process. It ends up so unresolved. I appreciate you mentioning this because it's so toxic to get into a cycle of hating someone and dehumanizing them. Eventually, I gotta realize he's a person too, and he get up exponentially, but there's always a reason someone does what they do. Thanks for reading.